going on, guys? Thanks for joining us. Mr. Baker, I see you in chat. Yeah, we are using slides today to check out this week's FOC list. It's not too bad this week. Again, there's a lot of good covers. We do have a couple books with some first appearances that'll be happening. So, definitely some stuff to check out this week.
Mm-hmm.
What did you guys think? Did you take a look at the list yet?
Oh, yeah.
Always important. I did. I found a few things. It's probably just going to be like a cover buy type of week and then just some incentives mostly. So, yeah, we'll see how it turns out.
Right. There are some good incentives. That's for damn sure.
Hey, thanks, Michael. I appreciate it. You shout out the Kingpins. It was the perfect segue. So give me an excuse to bring him up.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it was a good time. Oh.
So if you haven't checked that out, make sure you go ahead and check it out. And we'll go ahead and jump right into it. All right. So starting it off this week, we've got a Berserker one-shot. And this is the EM Disc FOC variant. Comes in both your standard and foil flavors. So, of course, I think it's like $12 for the foil. Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. I think the book in itself is like a $10 US price tag. So
it's insane.
That's quite the price tag. So, but I really like the cover. I really like EM Gist. His art style, that very like painted kind of looks. I kind of want it, but I mean, yeah, we'll see come new release day.
Right. So yeah, that's the important part. I mean, it's $10. The $10 price tag on the regular issue is a lot. You got to be pretty into Berserker to want to pick this one up. Exactly. How much is Keanu involved with this one? Actually, I don't know. I mean, they got writing credits on there for him, so I would guess they probably, with the actors and stuff like that, it's kind of like a loose outline, and then the other writer fills in most of the details. So,
well, especially since if the live adaptation
kind of standard stuff
and the animated is coming, you think he would actually have a bigger part of it. So, but this is the first for the
right,
the person who was doing the live adaptation. So maybe it plays into it a little more.
Okay, all right. Sheik, are you picking this one up with the super fat price tag?
Probably not, to be honest. I never made it to the end of the first Berserker. I think I got half of the series and then stopped. I picked it up for my brother because he liked it. But if I hear good things, I'll check it out. But yeah, for $10, I'm definitely gonna have to pass.
Yeah, I found the series really did kind of drag on. For joining us. It kind of dragged on a little more than it kind of needed to.
Yeah, I'll be completely honest. I only picked up like the first couple issues for that Something is Killing the Children special. And then after that, I fell right off. So, yeah.
Honestly, if you read like the first 4 issues, you read like all 12 issues. It was very, drawn out, repetitive type of storyline. And honestly, I'm not even really sure how the story really concluded. Well, kind of left it open-ended. So, I mean, possible second volume.
Right. Probable second volume.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we've got Dark X-Men number 4. This is the Greg Land 1 in 25 variant. Dope Madeline Pryor cover right there. And I mean, this is mostly a cover by. It's a pretty solid story, to be honest. The whole Fall X story that they're doing so far for me is pretty solid, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I'm enjoying Dark X-Men too.
Yeah, it's been really good. In this story, they're supposed to bring back Chasm and stuff like that after he's been kind of locked inside limbo and stuff like that. I really like the redesign of the character, so I'm kind of excited to see what happens. And they reintroduced that gimmick character from the Children of the Atom series or whatever it was. So
Yeah.
it's
Yep.
getting
Yep.
more love.
Joe, yes, there is an eclipse. Actually, I am in the path of that too, and I am going to be looking it up to try and find out exactly what time that's going to be happening later today, so I can go out and check it out. Yeah, right. Baker's comment right there. Wonder which board star used for this cover. Who knows? It's hard to say. It works though. I mean, it's a dope cover. Next up, we've got Sheena, Queen of the Jungle, number 3. Arthur Soydam cover. This is a good girl bondage cover, so you know there's always a niche market for those. I mean, I'll be honest. I have not been reading Sheena at all, so I have no idea what's going on in the series. You know, it's Dynamite. There's actually very few Dynamite series that I honestly read, but I do end up picking up, you know, more than my fair share of covers. That's for damn sure, and this will probably be one of them, of course. So, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's Dynamite. It's very much a you know, just a cover play type of line. So I don't think anyone's expecting a whole lot in the storyline. But you know what? They do have some okay storylines. I've been reading the Disney villain ones, so that's been okay. But I mean, you know, I think they have to kind of keep it, you know, at least a solid storyline because I mean, it is a Disney property, so maybe that's why. But I've tried to read like Vampirella and stuff like that, and yeah, it just didn't catch me at all.
You know what? I'll be honest. Vampirella usually doesn't catch me too much either. I have decided to give the new series a chance, the Dead Flowers, because it's written by Sarah Frazetta, I believe. So I was like, all right, let me give it a chance. And the first issue wasn't bad, so I think I'm gonna go ahead and stick with that one and see how it goes. We'll see. We'll see. I'm not gonna get my hopes too high, but so far it's solid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we've got speaking of classics, Dark Ride number 9. This is Tony Fleek's 1 in 25 with Andy Price. Obviously a Cinderella homage going on there. I mean,
that's awesome.
You know, they've been doing the Disney covers on all the covers, and yeah, they're all bangers.
Yeah.
Right? So, plus, the series has been fantastic. Are you guys reading Dark Ride?
You absolutely know that I am. Yeah, no, Dark Ride has been a great storyline. These 1 in 25, like they're killing me. Like they're kind of starting to creep up there in price. I've been trying to pre-order them online, but I just happened to miss this one. So there's a shop around here that does usually order them, but yeah, it kind of comes with that, you know, $50 to $60 kind of price tag. But you know what? I love it, so I'll probably end up picking it up. I think this is the last one. Actually, I saw the one that they're 125 that they're doing for number 10, and it's the Iron Giant. So I'm like, that's not really even a Disney movie. So I'm like, can I jump off now? Because isn't that like a Universal Studio movie? I'm like, now I can stop. But I'm like, well, what if you know, what if they do more?
I think so, right?
Yeah. That's what I'm grabbing for sure if I can.
Yeah. I'll grab cover A.
I guess we'll have to make a decision on issue 10.
Yeah, I can't get the ratio.
There's another one. I think it's this. No,
I just haven't been able to. They're hard to find and they're pricey.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. I think the C cover. There's an open order C cover that's pretty good on it also.
Is that the Sweeney Boo?
So yeah. All right. Next up. Shit. You know what? I don't remember right offhand who it is. Let me check here 1 second. It was. No, I can't remember. I'd have to look it up. All right. So we got Poison Ivy 16, the Eliza Ivanova. I was sure I was going to butcher that. 1 in 25. Yeah, this is one of the first times I've heard that artist's name on this on any covers. So I'm not sure, but it is, fantastic. 1 in 25. Poison Ivy has been a great series, and I mean, I think is it coming to an end with this issue? I can't remember.
I honestly don't know. I think we keep on mentioning that every time we talk about ongoing series, and I think it's still ongoing. Which I could have sworn it was going to end at like 18 or something like that. So hopefully not.
I hope
but
it's ongoing.
Really good, yeah. Because they're introducing a new character in this as well.
Sheik, are you reading?
I am reading it now. I'm not
okay.
caught up.
Yeah, it can't be ending, right?
I'm lagging a bit, so I apologize. I kind of feel like I'm delayed, but I'm reading the book. I'm not picking up the ratios because I'm one of those guys.
I think we're all lagging a little.
Okay, yeah. If I get one, I'll get all of them. So I won't get the ratio, but I'm picking up the cover A's, and I'm not caught up. But the book so far has been good, and I do recommend it.
Yeah, this one for me was
Yeah, it's been one of the...
I haven't really been picking up a whole lot of the Poison covers, kind of just the, some like the Dan Mora ones and stuff like that. But this one, like I love this like kind of painted style of artwork, and yeah, I mean that's why I said it was either the first or an early one, because when I tried to look online, all I could see that she did some stuff for like Bitterroot and some smaller publishers. So yeah, nothing even for Marvel or anything like that. So
okay.
Yeah, so I mean, if you want to look for artists to watch out for, I mean, this is beautiful. So something to kind of check out for sure.
Right? She was on Bitterroot. I probably have some of her stuff and didn't even realize it. So, all right, fantastic. Well, hopefully they keep Poison Ivy going because it's been a great series, and hopefully they'll keep G. Willow Wilson on it. All right, next up we've got The Deviant #1, new horror series by James Tynion IV. And man, I feel like aren't we writing enough already, bro? Like, can we get some more Department of Truth and the rest of the fucking books that you're writing first? I'm just saying, I'm just putting it out there. I feel like this cover it looks like an homage to something to me, right? Like I'm not sure offhand what it would be, but it does have that vibe, like a movie poster type of vibe. Yeah. Are you guys picking this one up? We'll start with Marvel.
Honestly, this kind of went right past me until I was kind of flipping through Lunar, and then when I saw that it was Tynion onto it, I'm like, oh, okay, like that's kind of weird because people usually hype up his work quite a bit, so this kind of snuck past me. But yeah, I kind of like the premise. I'm usually not one for these kind of seasonal type of stories, but if you guys remember do you guys kind of remember the movie Jack Frost, but like the horror version? It kind of reminds me of that, like a killer Santa Claus and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to it, and I love that die cut cover. It's kind of very fitting of the theme, like the snow globe and stuff like that. So I might pick up that one at least. And this is, I think, 12 issues, 9 or 12 issues or something like that.
That's a die cut cover? Oh,
yeah.
Okay, the variant. I got you.
Yes.
I see. I did not realize that. Huh. Right there. Joe has got the perfect casting for it. I mean, Nicolas Cage playing a demented Santa Claus. I would watch that movie. I would watch that movie 100 times over Christmas. I'm totally on board for that. We can get this funded. In fact, we probably just talk to Nicolas Cage and he could fund it, right? He'd make the movie himself.
Yeah.
I'm on board. Shiki, you picking this one up?
This book is $6 and it has a 1/100. So I'll probably wait till reviews for the week of, because I'm like spending a lot on the foil facsimiles and all the other like variants and stuff like that. So I like Tynan, but like I agree with what Faith said. Like he needs to start writing his other books again and not just keep on putting them on hiatus. He seems to be very like one note in the sense that he mostly just writes horror or suspense. Like he doesn't really do anything else anymore. So I know Wind is there, but it's like Wind has elements of horror and suspense in it too.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I like World Tree to me, even though I thought it was art, like the art was incredible and the coloring was like elite, like amazing. I felt like the story, even though it's good, it felt like a Department of Truth arc. It felt like something that was originally a Department of Truth arc, but then he was like, no, I can milk this more and make it like, and he seems to be obsessed with like women being symbols of like some sort of like evil scary thing, like in Department of Truth we have the women with the sunglasses. He has Erica Slaughter, and then we have like all the other like House of Slaughter people, and then we have like the naked lady, I forget her name, from World Tree. So
I think it's Fear.
Yeah, so it's like
Fear
with the PH thing. Yeah, so it's like I don't know, man. It's a lot of like there's the same-ish elements to what he writes. So I'll wait for. And I didn't like The Closet, that book that he did, the 3-issue book.
The Closet was kind of a miss for me too, to be honest.
Yeah, so I'm gonna wait for the reviews and wait till like for my friends. If you guys pick this up, I'll wait to hear what you guys said, and if I hear good things, I'll definitely pick it up because it looks like it has a promising premise. But again, it's all just horror and it's very similar. So we'll see.
For 9 issues, I'm willing to give it a shot. And yeah, I actually kind of did like The Closet. I liked that it was very short. Well, I liked it. I didn't like that it was short. That it was being the 3 issues. It kind of felt you could have condensed it into almost like stick it into like the Image anthology. You just expanded the same plot line across the 3 issues, which is kind of unnecessary. But I kind of like that. The one I really dropped off hard was what was it? Nice House on the Lake.
I see you popping.
Nice House on the Lake, started off really good, and it got really.
Nice House on the Lake. Yeah. The end was a little right. It got a little sideways there at the end. It was like, wait a minute, what?
I didn't even make it to the end. I think it got to number 7, and that was about it.
Oh, yeah, it got even weirder. So, but I mean, it was good. It was kind of it was a little bit of confusion there towards the end and shit like that. But what can you do? All right. Next up, we've got Wonder Woman #1 is getting a facsimile. They've reprinted about 7 other issues of early Wonder Woman now. We're finally getting around to #1. So, I mean, I'll be honest. I've kind of gotten off of picking up all the reprints and everything like that because they're going way too fucking heavy on them. Like,
they just did year 1, right?
It feels like every week there's. Yeah, it feels like there's a new reprint coming out every week now.
Well, to me, it all depends on what
makes them worse. Spoils.
Yeah. To me, it all depends on what they're reprinting. I mean, this, you're not going to find this, ever. So it has like a little of a historical significance, but when they kind of drop off and they reprint something, even though I love the story, like Batman 608. Okay, but you know what? You can still find, you can still find that for like $20. Like that's not really necessary, but something like this, like you're not going to find it. So it makes sense. But when they were reprinting like I know it kind of makes sense, the George Perez Wonder Woman run, but I'm like, even still, like that's still like a $20-some book. Like, do we really need that?
Yeah, you can find it cheap.
Yeah, exactly. So this has a little bit of meaning to it, but yeah, with the price tag on top of it, we'll see.
At least they haven't pulled a Marvel on us yet. Like they haven't X-Men on us yet.
But I'm with Marvel though. Like they are taking the wrong lessons, I think, because like the way this works is it's ironic. They actually got something right where like a few months ago, a couple years ago, they saw that there's there's not enough of the facsimiles out there for certain books from the Silver and Golden Age. So they saw an opportunity to reprint some of them, and they were going at a good rate because all the books they were printing for the most part made sense. But then they took the wrong lesson from it, as they always do, because they interpreted the data as, oh, people are just buying facsimiles. But they forgot the important value of the facsimiles you're printing are like variable themselves, because they're books that are really important. Like, okay, say what you will, but even though ASM 300 like is a very common, like the cover's been homage, people love that book. Like they love that, like, so that being reprinted and having a foil, like, yeah, of course people are going to buy it. But now it's like DC just solicited Batman Year One by Frank Miller, every single issue, as a facsimile with a foil variant. It's like, it's getting out of hand. They're taking the wrong lessons from it. So I don't know if I'll buy, and yeah, they are expensive. What you're saying is correct. Like I want to buy the All-Star Comics 3 that's on FOC this week. That's the first JSA. Like, that's the book I'm probably never going to own. That book is impossible to find and extremely expensive. So I want to get the foil of the thing. It's like $9. It's just like, it's a lot of money. So yeah, and it's cheap paper. I just want to clarify, the paper inside, they do honor the reprint in every sense. So it's not glossy paper. In the old books, they use like the newsprint paper.
Like old newsprint
like,
style, right?
Yeah. So it's cheaper, but they're charging more for like the books that are facsimiles. So I feel like that's some bullshit.
That's true. That's true. They are saving money on it, so they've definitely upped the rate of facsimiles for sure. As long as they're quality issues, and I mean, I'm on board with it. Like, you know, like you said, Wonder Woman 1, this one, great. The George Perez run, I mean, less so, because you can go out and pick it up for about 2 times the cover price than the facsimile. So, you know what I mean? It's like, all right. Next up, we've got, I think it's Zawa #1. This is cover F, the Scotty Young cover. Michael Linus is putting in all the work on this when he's writing it and doing the art. And it feels like a series that kind of has, it's not like the same type of story or the same, but it has like the same vibe, I guess, almost to me, as like Wind, when I was looking at it and reading the synopsis. You know, it's one of those ones that's more maybe like an all ages type of story, but still could be very good. So I think I'm gonna give this one a look. Some spirit guardian or something like that gets trapped in a mountain by a bunch of factories pollution. Some kids rescue it, and then, like, I don't know, it has to eat stuff or some shit. I don't know. It sounded weird enough that I was like, I got to check it out. So,
what you guys think? What BC said, sorry.
Right. That's probably true, though. Yeah, I would copy that. All right, Marvel, you check it out, Zaw?
I kind of looked at it, and it seems like a pass for me. It almost, just looking at the covers, reminds me of that I Hate Fairyland series.
Yes, that too. That's another one. Strong vibes.
Yeah, it doesn't really hit with me. So I might read the first issue, and yeah, if it doesn't get me right away, then I'll probably just kind of pass on it altogether, which will probably happen.
Yep. Sheik, how about you? You gonna check this one out?
Probably not, but I do like books like this. But I just feel like, I don't know, when I read the solicit, it was just, I'm not too familiar with Michael Dialinis, or however you pronounce his name. I'm sorry if I butchered that. I've seen some of his covers, like I've bought some of his variants before. I know he did some for Something Scaring the Children, but like I'm not like too, I don't know, I wasn't sold on the solicit. But if I hear good things, because I do, like, what I do is I do pay attention to reviews, like on the weeks this shit come out, just to see what people are thinking about things, to see if I missed something. So if I hear like it's really good, I'll pick it up, but I'm not pre-ordering this.
I feel like Dialinus was the artist on the Wind run, I believe.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's why it
was, yeah.
So I think that's definitely why I was kind of getting those vibes by looking at the art and everything like that. So, all right. Next up, we've got Amazing Spider-Man 39.
Oh, hell yes.
We've got the Disney variant going on there. Speaking of facsimiles of X-Men 1, well, here you go. The Disney
Well,
facsimile.
first of all, wait, I just want to say real quick, fuck Marvel for first of all putting like 6 different amazing variants for ASM all in the same week, like the costume variants. Right? Fuck them for making it $5.99 as well for no reason. Does the book really need to be that many more pages, or you just want to charge higher for ASM? We both know the answer, Marvel. We both know the answer. So fuck you, Marvel. You know I'm gonna buy multiple copies of this, but I just want to give you the preemptive fuck you anyway. So thank you. That's my case.
At first, I thought you said "fuck you, Marvel." I'm like, what the hell did I do? I'm just sitting here from Pokemon.
No. Marvel's the best. No, Marvel Comics. Just to be clear, Marvel Comics.
I love it. Yeah, this is accurate right here for sure. Mickey is definitely money.
If there's one thing I kind of hate, they kind of missed the opportunity to do the entire connecting cover run, or even
they did.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, they did?
No, they missed the opportunity.
Oh yeah.
I assumed they were just gonna do that. I'm surprised they're not.
I know. I'm very surprised too. Or even doing the trifold, because it doesn't mention that it's the trifold or anything like that.
I don't think it is.
Yeah.
I think it's just that slice of the cover, and I mean, yeah, they should have done the whole cover. Who would we get from Disney for Magneto?
Ooh. What's Mickey's or the big fat dude?
Pete is usually the go-to. Yeah. Pete is usually the go-to. So, I mean, can we squeeze Pete into Magneto's helmet? That would. I think I want that cover now. Damn it. All right. Yeah, I'm on board when we get it. All right. This one I just threw on the list because it was kind of a cool cover. I mean,
how does this book get second prints? Does this book actually sell out? Is it because the print count is so low? Like, how does this book get multiple prints? Someone explain.
I think because the attachment to Fall of X, and because they were, they were kind of touting it as the marriage of Tony Stark and Emma Frost, and
did they get married?
Well,
okay.
Yes and no.
Yeah.
I mean,
it was like a shotgun wedding,
It's and it's kind of a little bit of a swerve. So it's complicated. Are you reading Fall of X? And like, do you know what's going on with Emma right now?
Nope.
Okay, so obviously, Fall of X mutants are bad now. And Emma is still kind of in the public, but I forget exactly how she's doing. I think Tony gave her a piece of tech or whatever, and some shit like that. She's basically assumed another identity. So, yeah, he married her, but she doesn't actually exist as a person. Okay. So, yeah, it's complicated Marvel bullshit. But this cover was dope. So.
It is nice. Who's the artist in that? Lucas Wernick?
Yeah, Lucas Wernick.
That's nice. Yeah.
I also like the 1 in 25, which was the wraparound cover. Now it's just landscape. But I mean, who's going to be ordering 25 copies of this? So it'll come with a nice little price tag, I'm sure.
Not even. I'll be honest. I have been buying Iron Man lately since it's tying into the Fall of X run, but still not as good as Cap Wolf. All right. Next up, we've got Star Wars Dark Droids #4. This is the action figure variant of Ajax Sigma. So he's the new character that came out of, what was it, that Star Wars Revelations or whatever from last year. So if you're a Star Wars fan, or maybe even if you're not, this one might be worth picking up. I don't think he's been on a whole lot of covers yet, to be honest. So, and obviously this will be the first action figure variant for him. So
yeah, I'm grabbing this.
Yeah, it's definitely. I mean,
it sticks out from the rest. The color profile is really nice. Like, it's genuinely a nice cover.
Yeah, the different style that he did with the droids action figures have, they've all been pretty cool. I like it. They changed it up for this one. So, all All right, we got Superior Spider-Man. This is just the A cover. Dan Slott's writing, Mark Bagley on both the interior and the cover art. So that's that's fucking why it's dope as shit. Spider-Man cover. We're getting a new villain out of this. So I know part of the series, I guess, is kind of taking place like in the past, and part of it's taking place in like the present continuity. I guess that's where the new villain is going to play in. I'm hoping in the present continuity. So are you guys picking up Superior Spider-Man?
Was that is this new villain the one from the issue 0 or whatever, the return of whatever?
I'm not sure. Just says in the synopsis a new villain. So
great.
Yeah. Bye.
You know what? I read the Superior Spider-Man Returns, and it was so wordy that I kind of stopped and I kind of just flipped right through it. I'm assuming it's probably going to be that character, the female villain or whatever. But honestly, if it's just going to be more convoluted bullshit, I probably won't. There is the video game cover that I kind of want to buy because it's by Raphael Grassetti, so I'll at least buy that.
All right. How about you, Sheik? Are you picking up Superior Spider-Man?
This is tough. It's $6, so it's already like pricier Marvel book, but I really did like that the original Superior Spider-Man run a lot, and this is like a decent creative team, all things considered. Yeah. So I don't know if I'll pre-order this, but most likely, like with Spider-Man, I'm never concerned about not like picking this up at the store for the most part if it's a number one, especially because they get so many. So I'll probably get this. Yeah. It's a nice cover. I do like Bagley Slot. Is that who it is? Yeah, Bagley Slot. That's solid. I'll check it out. I did like the adjectiveless Spider-Man they were doing. So like I'll check this out.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Next up, we've got Star Wars Visions, and I believe if you're doing the order, I think Peach Momoko is actually attached to the name of the comic also. Number 1, A cover right here by Peach Momoko, who is taking over all of the duties on this one. She's writing, doing the art. I think this is going to be kind of like Star Wars in the style that she did her stories for, the Marvel universe, where they're kind of like her own continuity type thing, I believe. But I'll be honest, the ones that she did for Marvel were really good. I actually liked them a lot. So being a Star Wars fan, I'm definitely going to check this out. I feel like we'll see some new characters pop up for sure in it. You guys grabbing one of these? Marvel, I know you're not the biggest Star Wars fan, so probably not, right?
Is this not the series that they did like an anime style?
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
And I mean, it was really good, but I guess this is going to be her own take on it. See, that was the thing about the series. It was like each episode was a different anime studio's take on Star Wars or whatever. So.
Okay. Well, damn.
Sheik, you picking this up?
This is the pretty cool like Stanza Guy variant too for number 1. Right. I really like when she did the Demon Days stuff. I like Peach Momoko. Yeah. I think she's great. I think she's super talented. Like I like her visual storytelling. Like when she does this stuff where she takes over everything. It is another $6 book. So I think I'm gonna I'm not pre-ordering this, but I think I'm gonna probably I'd say 99% chance I'm gonna end up picking this up the week it releases. Like I'll probably flip through it and then be sold on it because I did enjoy the Demon Day stuff she did, and I do like Peach Momoko, so I'll probably end up picking this up.
Right. Next up, we've got Transformers number 2. This is Daniel Warren Johnson A cover on this one. I threw this one on the list because it did specify at the very end of the synopsis, there's going to be a new first appearance or whatever for the first time or whatever in this new Energon universe. So, I mean, take that for whatever exactly it means. There's a whole lot of Transformers that we haven't seen in this Energon universe yet. I don't know if it means that that's what it's going to be or it's going to be some kind of a bigger surprise. So, so he's probably going to be fucking one of the G.I. Joes show up next week. Yeah. There it is.
And I mean, technically, if this is, the Energon universe in Image Comics, then even like any of the main Autobots who haven't appeared, this could be their first appearance. So in this universe, so I mean, it could be something totally lame.
I will say, did you guys read the first issue?
Oh yeah.
It does seem like it's going to be a bit more of a mature tone than previous Transformers runs. I mean, so are you on board with it? What do you think of the first issue?
I loved it, man. I literally just watched Daniel Warren Johnson like fucking draw Transformers suplexing each other and shit. Like it was 100% ecstasy, right? In terms of like action and fun. I'm all in. Like I really want to see what happens. I think it's gonna take I think this is going to be like Void Rivals, where the first 3 or 4 issues is going to be a lot of setup. It's going to be familiar territory for some people who, like, obviously Void Rivals is new, but I'm saying, like, for Transformers people, I don't know much about Transformers. I've read very little, and I've seen just the live action movies, unfortunately, but I do dig it. So, yeah, I'm really personally excited. I think the first, 4 issues probably be slower, then they'll really go crazy. But I heard that Daniel Warren Johnson's only doing the first 6 or 12 issues, and then it's going to be a different person taking over or something like that. So we'll see how that goes as well.
Well, maybe he'll end up sticking around longer. We'll see. Hopefully. I was definitely a huge fan of those last couple panels on that first issue. So, but I'm a Starscream fan. All right, it's time to go ahead and wake up Mr. Baker. We have Scorch number 23 getting the A cover. This is just a fantastic cover by Dan Panosian. I mean, it's a lot of black and whatever going on there, but man, he absolutely killed it with this motherfucker. Like, he looks awesome. Scorched has actually been one of my favorite Spawn series going on right now, so I'm definitely grabbing this one. Are you guys reading Scorched at all?
I'm not, but I do know that we talked about this last week. Dan Panosian did another cover for him.
Yeah.
For probably King Spawn or whatever. So yeah, this is a fantastic cover. I don't know what the hell is going on, but yeah, the amount of detail and all that is just incredible. So that'd be like a cover by alone.
Exactly.
Yeah. I like Panosian a lot. Like, he's one of my favorite cover artists, honestly. I think he's extremely underrated. Like, he just does so much consistent work. He always has banger covers. Like, people don't talk about him as much as they should. Like, maybe it's because he doesn't draw enough sexy women covers. I don't know. Let's be real. That's a jab at the market, but let's be real. I also do love the cover B. Like, I'm a big She Spawn guy. Like, I just really like She Spawn. I think her design's fucking incredible. So that B by Tomaselli as well. I was just I kind of sold on that too. So I honestly might get both just for the cover.
There you go.
Doesn't Dan Panosian writes too? Doesn't he? I thought I read something by him by AWA or something like that.
I'm pretty sure he does right, yeah.
I think so, yeah. I believe I have too. All right. Last but not least, of course, we had to bring fucking Batman into it. Fucking Batman. We've been talking about Batman a lot because obviously there is a lot of Batman going on already in DC. And man, it's just... They announced the new Elseworlds line, right? 6 titles. Batman will be in 5 of them. For sure. For sure. He will be in 5 of those titles. 3 of them are centered specifically around him. So, we're going to get more Batman. But back to this book, Batman 138. So this is beginning the Mind Bomb arc. And do we have any idea what that's going to entail? Marvel, Sheik, do you guys know at all?
Probably has to do with Zur and Joker, right? Like some shit like that.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, well, yeah. I mean, and then it even mentions coming out from the Gotham War or whatever it was arc that just finished. From what I heard and like read from that event, like this is spinning out of nothing. Like this really does nothing for the setup. But am I going to read it? I will, because I've been reading Batman, since
Yeah.
for I don't know,
we're gonna keep reading it.
116 or whatever it was. But honestly, Zdarsky, yeah, it's starting to fall off like quite a bit. But I mean, I'll read it and kind of see where it goes. It's pretty much going to start to turn into a cover buy. I really like the Mike Diodato cover.
Right. I'm a fan of this one right here. I like it. I'm not sure who that is offhand. Oh, is that the Diodato?
Yeah, the one on the left is the Diodato.
I gotcha. Yeah, that's a good cover. So probably the one that I will go ahead and pick up also, more than likely.
All right, guys. I still read this even though I don't love it, but it's Batman.
I like it. I do like it more than Detective Comics. Ram V really lost me on it, like really early on. So I've just been enjoying reading Batman as the senseless. There's bad guys in Gotham. We gotta clean up Gotham. I'm good with that whole whatever grandiose masterpiece that Ram V's trying to write. So.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, that's the list for this week. We made it.
That's it. Not bad.
Yeah. There's one book I'm surprised we didn't bring up though. Is
what's that?
The Fantastic Four book with the fucking dinosaur cover, bro. That's a must.
I didn't do it because I thought Face was gonna put it on there. I'm like, Face has got this all covered.
Me too. I didn't say it because I was like,
exactly. I did the same thing. I was going through it and I was like, oh yeah, I'm sure he grabbed this one, and I completely forgot about it. And I'm glad you mentioned it actually, because I wanted to mention that too. So.
Yeah, that's a must. Just for the cover. I'm not reading Fantastic Four since like the first 4 issues, but I just saw that cover. I'm like, I'll buy 3 or 4 of those just for the cover. Like, guys, Dr. Doom on a fucking Doomasaur. Like, I'm sold.
Right. It's. Is it? No. Oh no. Okay, so it was Venom where we have the. What is it? Doom Tyrannosaurus Rex thing going on or whatever. I think. Doom / Venom, T-Rex, or whatever. Yeah, that's just, it's insane. But Venom is, an insane story. So, Cap, you know what? I don't even think there really was any Cap on FOC this week, other than I'm sorry. I think Cap Wolf 2 was on FOC.
Cap Wolf 2. The cover's worth buying alone for Cap Wolf 2. It's fucking amazing. Like I think I'm gonna buy it just for the cover. Like that. Like Ryan Brown does really good hardcovers, and that Cap Wolf is amazing.
Exactly.
And that first issue, a Cap Wolf and the Howling Commandos, it was actually like not bad.
No, it's good.
For the premise of what it is, it's your very basic kind of storyline. But no, it was enjoyable for what it is.
That's the thing. It's just not like it's one of the stories that takes place like in the past, so you kind of already know how it plays out. So it's
exactly,
But sometimes they are at least fun reads, and it looks like the Cap Wolf one is going to be one of those. Callie, good morning. Good morning. All right, guys. Well, that's the show that we've got. So let's see. What do we got coming up this week? Well, we've got to make it to Monday, because go ahead and drop the announcement now, and we're going to drop it on Instagram a little bit later today. Monday is going to be the 2-year anniversary show. So Kingpin is getting a little bit older. We're hitting the terrible 2s. So, we're probably going to fucking mess some more shit up this year than we did last year, I guess. Right?
Absolutely.
So we'll have some people stopping by to enjoy the celebration with us. Like I said, we'll be dropping the eBay announcement on that. And I believe we have a Hall show coming up on Thursday.
It would be, yes.
Obviously, we'll be back here on next Saturday, and of course, don't forget to check out BC on Sunday, and I think he's on Thursday now too. And what day is Hyper on now? Is he doing a regular one?
Hyper drops whenever he drops.
Yeah, he's kind of random, right? Like whenever it is, he just drops a video. Boom, there it is.
It's whenever he finds time to play Street Fighter, then he's like, "Oh, I got like a little YouTube clip going on here." So
right, never an assigned time or anything. Just here you go. Middle of the day, good, cool. Middle of the night, we got one then too. Sheik, what do you got coming up?
Oh, he's muted.
Oh, yep, Sheik, you're muted.
I don't like obviously one of the kingpins to come on at some point, but I also always just plan shit on the fly. I'm gonna do a stream soon in the next couple of days, just like commemorating like Keith Giffin's work, because I think people know some of the huge ones like Justice League International / America, but a lot of the other stuff you've done like Ambush Bug and Heckler and things like that like not a lot of people read is really fucking good too. So I want to do a spotlight on that, and then maybe I'll cover DeMatteis's DC stuff as well, just because they're really good friends and they both did weird shit. So we'll do that. But hopefully get one of the Kingpins on at some point, because I do really want to do that and just have like fuck around stream, just talk about comic stuff. But sometime next week that'll happen. So yeah,
nice.
I'm always down for sure. Will Keys be there? I'm working on it. We're trying. Keys, you know what? So Keys, I heard a rumor that Keys might have met somebody special. So he's been hard to get a hold of lately, But I don't know. I don't know if there's any truth to it or not. He might have gotten superpowers and be defending, All right, guys. Well, that's the show we got for you this week. We appreciate you joining us, and we'll see you back here next week. Later, guys.
Peace.